Today, we are diving into a feeling that, let's be real, is almost a universal experience in your 20s. That constant pressure to live your life in fast forward. We're going to explore how to actually hit the brakes and start living by heart.
So let's just start with this question. Do you ever get that feeling that you're just living your life on 1.5x speed? You're checking all the boxes, you're hitting your deadlines, scrolling through everyone else's perfect highlight reel, but at the end of the day, something just feels a little hollow?
This one, man, this hits hard because it's just so true. Society screams at us that our 20s are for the grind, right? For building that resume, for becoming somebody. But in that mad dash, it is so easy to forget how to just be a person. And that's the real tug of war we're talking about. Ambition versus just being present.
But why? Why do we all feel this way? I promise it's not just in your head. Let's get into what we're calling the fast life trap and really unpack the reasons we're all in such a hurry.
Okay, this slide right here lays out the whole problem. Our culture absolutely worships efficiency, productivity, and speed. And look, those things are great for machines. But for us, for humans, all the good stuff, depth, presence, real meaning, that lives on the other side of the chart. We're just not meant to be optimized like a piece of software.
And this is what happens when we try to live like machines. When you're only focused on checking things off the list, you aren't actually experiencing your own life. You're just processing data, jumping from one task to the next. You could have a whole conversation with your best friend and realize later you don't remember a single thing they said, all because your brain was already 3 steps ahead planning your next move.
So what's the way out of this trap? It's this beautiful idea of living by heart. And really, all it means is moving at a pace where your soul can actually keep up with your body. It means what you do is driven by who you are inside, not just by what the world expects from you.
Okay, so how do we even start to do that? Well, the very first principle is all about a major mindset shift. It's about choosing intentionality over performance. And listen, this isn't about doing more things. It's about changing the why behind the things you're already doing.
Here is a perfect example. The performance mindset tells us to network. It almost feels transactional, right? You see people in terms of what they can do for your career. But the intentional approach, it's just to connect, to actually listen to someone because they have a whole universe inside them you know nothing about, not because they're a potential rung on your ladder.
But how do you practice this when your life is already completely overflowing? It starts with one very simple, very small number. It's the 10-minute rule, and it is deceptively simple. Step 1. Pick any random mundane activity. Your morning coffee, a walk around the block, a call to your mom. Step 2. Give it just 10 minutes. And step 3. This is the most important part. Be completely there. No phone, no multitasking, no thinking about your to-do list. It's like a tiny 10-minute rebellion against the cult of distraction. Okay, our second principle goes a little deeper. It shifts the focus from our actions to our actual identity. It's all about consciously and deliberately building your character. I just love this way of thinking about it. Your character isn't this fixed thing you were born with. It's a project, and right now in your 20s, it's a full-on construction site, and you are the lead architect. Every single decision you make, no matter how small, is another brick you're laying in that foundation.
So what's the blueprint for this construction project? It's asking yourself this one incredibly powerful question. Before you make a choice, just pause and ask yourself, does this action align with the person I want to be in 10 years? This one question, it can be your compass. It'll guide you toward real integrity.
And this is so key. Character isn't built in the big, dramatic, movie-like moments. It's forged in the small, quiet choices we make every single day. Like telling the truth when a tiny lie would make things so much easier. Or helping someone just to help them without needing to post about it for social proof. It's really understanding that who you're becoming is just the sum of all these seemingly tiny, everyday decisions.
All right, our third and final principle is all about rediscovering something we're kind of taught to lose as we get older, the joy of play. It is time to reclaim your curiosity.
Let's just be honest, this is a huge one for our generation. We are so terrified of looking cringe or dumb or incompetent that we often just don't try new things unless we have a feeling we can be good at them right away. We've totally lost the joy of just being a beginner.
So what's the antidote? You have to give yourself permission to be bad at something. Go paint a terrible picture. Go stumble your way through learning a new language you'll never use for work. The goal here isn't productivity, it's aliveness.
Do it because it brings you joy, not because it'll look good on your LinkedIn.
As we start to wrap this up, I really want you to hold on to this thought. The world is always going to tell you to run faster. It's going to tell you that you're somehow falling behind. But that's a story you just don't have to buy into. You literally can't be behind in a race that only you are running.
So here's your challenge. Nothing huge, just for today, pick one thing, just one, and do it slowly, with your whole heart. Brew your coffee without looking at your phone. Listen to a whole song from start to finish. Have a conversation where your phone actually stays in your pocket. Just be present for your own life, even for just a few minutes, and see what it feels like.
And that brings us to the end. This last question isn't just for show. It's a real invitation. So what one thing will you choose to slow down for today?